I've been thinking about tonight's topic, and I decided to come up with parrot that I used to raise about maybe 13 or 12, I don't know, like about a decade ago. I used to raise parrots. There were so many parrots, but all passed away, unfortunately. What happened? So, when I was in high school, my dad and mom happened to bring one of parrots from a supermarket. That was our first time to grow them, and we actually raised all of them just you know um, step by step. I mean, each one we didn't grow them at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Because there was a sequence how they died in order. So we can't help but, I mean, we couldn't help but raise another one after the first one passed away. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is the first one was like, I don't know what the name, what the type of that parrot was, but it was such an quiet one, and she just passed away in a week. Unfortunately, what happened? Because we didn't know anything about information of how to raise parrots, and even the parrot was kind of nervous. She must have been nerve wracking at the time. She must be, because it's been around. It's been only like 1 week, you know, since she got a new house. Just moved to my house here. Must have been nervous, definitely. When my dad was turning on the vacuum cleaner right in front of that cage, where she lives, when she was feeding herself, I mean, when she was eating some foods, the vacuum cleaner just got turned on automatically, and then that sounded very big. So she got shocked and she got paralyzed at the same time, and she never got back up again. Yeah, literally paralyzed. We didn't even know what happened at the time. I thought she was joking. Seriously. We tried to just pet her, touch her, wake her up, but there was no response. And then we found out, okay, she's gone. That was just a week later, you know, a week after we decided to, grow them and grow her. So it was a shame, and we prayed for her. We buried her on the backyard, and we made a deal that okay, we're having another one. We're having another one. Why? Because it was too shame, to just have a parrot just for 1 week. That's nonsense. So we brought another one, another type, Moran. We call it Moran in Korean. So she lived kind of longer, definitely longer, maybe 1 year. And I think that parrot was the smartest one we've ever grown from them. And Yeah, like I mean, little do we know that she was very fragile enough to be smothered by just humans lying down on her body. Unfortunately, that happened. Why? My younger brother accidentally smothered her by his body while he fell asleep. Yeah, she was the smartest parrot ever. When I just call her, just one like 10 meters away from her, she just comes to us. Like, hey, over, and then she just came to us, jump by jumping, just or flying, whatever. Yeah, I still miss her. And then third one was named Pupu. She was also cute, but she also passed away. Why? Apparently, there's a sources that was it like what was that called? Grooming? Yeah, grooming. Like dealing with your pets, like nails or beaks, something like that. So in that sense, beak matters to parrot. So my dad wanted to deal with and look after her beak by using clippers. So he used to cut off the her beak with the clipper, but that was the problem. When it comes to parrot beak, it's all connected to like something neural. I don't know. Um, it's very sensitive enough to make a serious trouble when it's been cut off. And then it's like 11 years ago, 11 and a half years ago. I still remember because that was the time, that was the day when all the students who were in the boat was sunk or was sunk. We call it Seoul. That was the day, anyway. That was the date. Unfortunately, that happened at the same time. And when I, you know, when I was back in my home from school, my dad declared that she's gone. Why? When he looks after her beak with clipper, once he cut it off, she just passed away. Yeah, it just happened. Uh, so my dad killed two parrots, and yeah, by accident anyway. And my younger brother killed one parrot by accident. So at the time, we decided not to raise any parrot anymore. But like over time, about half years later, we felt kind of empty because of that atmosphere, because we were no longer having any animal in our house. So maybe my dad might have been depressed on that. So he finally got to bring another parrot. Yeah, we decided to just raise another one. Which is the biggest one ever. so called Quaker. So we just call it Greenie, Greenie. And then actually she lived longest, I guess, among other parrots, among them. But the problem was she was lonely and she was that big, and sometimes she just has her own way too much. Enough to just stay outside all night long. So she actually did it when my younger brother takes a walk with her. She just ran away. I don't know if that was by accident or intentional, but anyway, she just ran off, and then she didn't come back till morning. So we kind of worried about her safety because there was so many like cats and kittens on the street enough to kill her. So we just looked for her all night long actually. Like at from 5 a.m. I guess. Yeah. We shouted at her, making I mean leaving no stone unturned. And then eventually we found her. She was hanging on a someone else's house and yelling at us, and we pick her up and then brought her back. But she was too noisy enough to make other people, other tenants here, annoyed. So we didn't abandon her, but we decided to give another house. I mean, give her to another house. Give give my dad's colleague that Greenie. She became a queen in that house, and unfortunately, she died because of loneliness. She had some eggs, but it wasn't like actual eggs, but just we call it 무정란. Yeah, like the eggs won't be able to chick. You know what I mean? So she's gone by stress. Yeah, talking about that makes me kind of sad. I kind of miss them. I truly miss them. Yeah. I wish I could raise another parrot and I could seriously be able to take care of them if I financially afford. But anyway, I'm waiting for my visa granted, so I will be no longer in Korea when I'm going off to Australia. So no need to raise it again.